Doesn't take much to see you're hurting, my dear. The story's written in your eyes. The past you're hiding from just won't disappear. It breaks you down inside. You fear the life you have will burn down in flames if you become too satisfied. You disconnect so no one else feels the pain, to keep the casualties lowered in the fight. Oh, but what you don't know is I wanna go to war for you. No matter what we're up against, I promise I'll keep fighting this. Ooh. Oh. You've been at battle with yourself for a while, without an end within your sight. A restless tug of war you're caught in between, and it keeps you up at night. Oh, I wanna go to war for you. No matter what we're up against, I promise I'll keep fighting this. I don't wanna see the other side unless you're standing next to me. 'Cause this won't ever be a victory without you. Don't give up, not without a fight. I'll go behind enemy lines to make sure you will be alright. And don't give up, not without a fight. I'll go behind enemy lines to make sure you will be alright. There isn't much that I can offer, my dear. No guaranteed fortune or fame, but I live a normal life if it's spent with you, and we'll conquer every battle day by day. I wanna go to war for you. No matter what we're up against, I promise I'll keep fighting this. I don't wanna see the other side unless you're standing next to me. 'Cause none of this means anything without you. Oh. flowers bloom in springtime, the leaves fly in the fall, but we have one another through the changes of...
This broadcast is a production of Oneida Indians Live and the Oneida Special School District. No part of the audio or video from this broadcast may be redistributed or retransmitted without express written consent from the Oneida Special School District.
is a presentation of the Oneida Indians Network in collaboration with the IH Sports Network and South Fork Network.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Jane Terry Hoffman Field. It is a beautiful afternoon for Senior Day this afternoon as the Oneida Indians will take on the Bobcats of Oliver Springs High School. The Indians coming into today's contest with an overall record of 4-7-1 on the season. Oliver Springs 2-9 on the year. Of course, this is a district game here this evening between the Indians and the Bobcats. We will get things started up here momentarily with starting lineups and the national anthem from Stuart Jones and Raylyn Blevins. And then we will have first half action. Lucas Laxton will be on the call with me tonight along with Jillian Cross. Lucas, this is an Oneida team that has seen a tough road to hoe when it comes to the schedule, but if you look at that road that Oneida has taken on, this has been a lot of teams that are classes above Oneida when it comes to classifications.
Absolutely, and I think that it's been a good learning experience for this is a very young Oneida team by, my standards especially. My class was a very senior-laden team, but they've had a lot of difficult games. Of course, that Smoky Mountain Tournament action against Lee Scott Academy, picked up a win there against a very good team.
And then, of course, Providence was a 1-0 loss. Dixie was a 3-2 loss. But if you take a look at the other games, after that Eagleton loss 3-1, which Oneida had a very legitimate shot at winning, they got a 3-1 win at Scott High, 7-1 win at Harriman. But that was the last home game was that Eagleton game that we did all the way back on March the 25th. It's now, of course, April 28th. During that span, once again, Indians got the wins at Scott and at Harriman, but have since then went on a 3-game skid. They lost at Northview 5-1, at Kingston 2-0, and at Powell 5-3. So, once again, a very tough road that the Indians have been on over the last 3-4 weeks.
Personally, I've watched a little bit of that Powell team. They're down from last year, but they are still a very competitive team. And honestly, I don't see the 5-3 loss over there as a negative. I think it's a positive that you can play that well with a team that is possibly looking to try and win their district.
And then, of course, I traveled down to the Kingston game last week. That was a very good game. Oneida struggled a little bit, but they played on the football field, a much more narrow field than they normally do. So we'll see how this goes. Starting lineups getting ready to come to you from Stuart Jones and the national anthem from Raylyn Blevins right here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Senior night between the visiting Oliver Springs Bobcats and your Oneida Indians. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd ask you to please stand and direct your attention to the southwest corner of our field as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by OHS sophomore Miss Raylyn Blevins.
Bo, adjust the gain. I can barely hear you all.
your your national anthem from Raylan Blevins. Now your starting lineups. Here's Stuart Jones.
Now we'll meet our starters. First, for the visiting Bobcats of Oliver Springs. In goal, number 23, Ethan Wallace. Number 0, Tyler James. Number 5, Zach Coker. Number 7, Silas Carter. Number 8, Brant Garrett. Number 10, Jake Benbenet. Number 12, Ender Castleberry. Number 21, Christian Schillings. Number 24, Walker Booth. Number 25, Dayton Cates. And number 32, Bear Lively. The coach of the Bobcats is Nathaniel Coker. And now, the starting 11 for your Oneida Indians. In goal, number 21, Cade Chambers. Number 2, Ashton Moreland. Number 3, Ben Gilbert. Number 7, Levi James. Number 9, Veet Tran. Number 10, Tanner Buttram. Number 12, Israel Turner. Number 13, Caden Cron. Number 14, Alex Torres. Number 17, Riley Shoemaker. And number 20, Miles Laxton. Your Indians are coached by David Blevins.
That's your starters for this evening. As the Indians and the Bobcats get set to get underway here this evening. The Indians in their home blacks, black on black, white numerals with the white trim, and the Bobcats this evening with white tops with looks to be black, and it is. It's black numerals trimmed in gold with a gold trim, and then black shorts with a purple stripe and trimmed in gold as well. So not as much purple on the Bobcats tonight as I initially expected from this team.
I kind of dig them.
I do like them. They look good. Don't give me too many stripes though. That's my one thing.
Yeah, you can definitely have way too many stripes.
I have seen some crazy ones in the day. I like these. These are clean. They're still classy. I can rock with these. There's no doubt about that. So
before we get started,
go ahead.
Bo, just want to go ahead and, of course, it is senior night, so I wanted to go ahead and point out some of our senior class as Jillian Cross is getting set to join us here. Tanner Buttram, one-year player here, joined early in the season, and he joins Levi James and Alex Torres, both staples on this team. Torres and James have been starters for this team for a while. Levi, I believe, is a 4-year starter. And I think that's what's allowed the Indians to perform so well is their senior leadership, and I don't think anyone does it better than Levi James.
"40 minutes on the clock, and we are underway. Oneida going to press quickly. Here's Levi James with it. Tries to put one in the box. Miles Laxton makes a run, but that's going to be picked up by the goalkeeper for
Ethan Wallace.
Oliver Springs. That is Ethan Wallace. Ball punted out. Oneida quickly going to take possession once again. Here comes James. James trying to possess in the midfield. Moved back from the forward back to midfield, and I think it's a great move by Coach David Blevins and staff to move Levi back into that spot. As Jillian, you've seen Levi play for a long time. That's like, oh, here's a great pass. Here's Riley Shoemaker. Fired off. Shot's good. Quickly 1-0.
A very early goal for the Indians.
See, that's
Go ahead.
That's why it's important to have someone experienced in the center, because those through balls, those over the head through the defense, I mean, you can't get it from anybody that's not experienced.
Seems
an absolutely brilliant ball from from Levi James to Riley Shoemaker as he's able to finish, and we are less than a minute in, about 49 seconds in, when we get our first goal.
Complete side note, but these new blue jerseys for the refs look really nice.
Those are clean.
Yeah.
Those are very clean, and I bet they're a lot cooler than you see with a lot of the black and the deep dark purple stuff like that. Not as giving on a nice day like today. Here's Veet Tran up the far sideline. He's going to look middle quickly. Plays the ball in. Here's Levi James. Makes a turn. Tackle from behind. They're going to say no call. Here's Ben Gilbert. Steps up. Looks for Veet Tran. Has it taken away. Gilbert going to take it back once again. Goes wide. Here's Cron. Cron in the box. Left foot. Misses on that one. He'll regain possession. Plays it back. Goes to the middle. Taken away. And now here's Gilbert. He'll take it back. Left foot. Tries to go out wide to Cron. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats.
Just want to point out, Ben Gilbert was taking on 2 defenders right there.
He's not scared. $37:45 left to go on the clock here in the first half. And here's Shoemaker. Goes through 1, goes through 2. Shot off. It's saved.
That was a good save by that keeper.
As James fires off a shot from outside the box, it does go wide, and it'll be a goal kick with 37.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Oneida right now just dominating offensively, guys.
Ethan Wallace, though, what makes a good stop there, forces Levi James to have to reset the offense and then misses that shot. So you'll never complain about a goal kick.
Ball goes down. Here's Tanner Buttram, the one of 3 seniors in the starting lineup this afternoon. Once again, 3 seniors for the Indians. A young team this year. This ball's crossed in. It's knocked off. Here's Tanner Buttram with a shot. It's going to be deflected. Miles Laxton with a header, and it's in for the goal.
That was a good header. Headers are hard.
Miles Laxton, if you get him a ball in the center somewhere, that young man's got some he's got a really nice vertical, and he can get up there and put a head on the ball and get this one to a 2-0 lead early on for the Indians now with about 36, just under 37 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to action. And here is Oliver Springs trying to get their first offensive possession across midfield as they do. Cleared away. This one's going to trickle out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in. They say Oneida throw-in. Here is Cron with it. Young man that was taking the ball through for Oliver Springs was number 10, Jacob Benbenek. Here's Dayton Cates with it, near side. Cates looks to try to go middle. It's taken away. Cron has it, still possesses. Can he keep it in? They're going to say no. That went out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Bobcats.
Seen a lot of contact so far, but referee said it's all good, so got to keep playing.
I think contact right now on a day like today is probably going to be in the favor of Oneida with their depth. Here is Oliver Springs trying to play middle. Taken away by Buttram. Now here is Torres, and Torres will boot it up into clear space. Takes a deflection. Now here's Shoemaker. Tries to bring it down. Comes down to Veet Tran on the far sideline. Tran looks up for Shoemaker. Can he run it down? He can't get to it fast enough. It's going to trickle across the goal line for a goal kick for the Bobcats.
It's so hard to make a kick when you're running full speed like that, and to stop and actually make it.
Yeah, you just got to hope and pray that you get enough foot behind it to get that thing back into the box. There's no doubt about that.
Well, we've got a moment here. I want to point out something we talked about before the broadcast, and that is about Oliver Springs' offense. They actually only have one set striker, and the other plays kind of what we were told by the coach as a rover. So we'll have to see how that comes into play.
Oneida came in today with a 4-4-2 formation in that little diamond package. And here's Torres. He'll play back. Makes the turn. Has this one taken away, but there's Cade Chambers. He's going to come out and secure. Cade Chambers has really matured inside that goalkeeper box as the season has progressed, and a nice boot from Chambers.
He's gotten that a lot better,
Headed on by Laxton, as Shoemaker tries to run it down, it's going to be taken away, but Shoemaker actually runs it down himself. He's going to go back out and get it just outside the box, far sideline. Drops back to Tran. Tran plays one into the middle of the box. James heads it on, goes to Laxton. Laxton has it taken away. Cron still possesses, puts it back in the box. Headed on by Oliver Springs, middle of the box. Down to Shoemaker. Shoemaker plays middle. Here's Laxton, tries to put a foot on it. Nope. Pinballs around, and they're going to say this is going to be a handball against Laxton and a free kick for Oliver Springs. Oneida, a number of opportunities in that possession, just really could not get a solid touch, though, on the ball.
A lot of bodies in there for Oliver Springs, just doing exactly what you're supposed to do as a defender, and that's prevent the easy shot.
Here's Ender Castleberry with it for Oliver Springs. It's a fantastic name. Oliver Springs, they've got a couple of those today that when I was looking over the roster, I said, oh, I love these names. We have Ender Castleberry and we have Bear Lively. Those are great names.
Bear
Lively. I love it. Foul going to be called against Tanner Buttram, and it's going to be a goal or a free kick, for Oliver Springs.
There's a bit of Tanner's football experience in there coming down from that safety position.
For a first-year player, you really can't tell too much.
No, he does a pretty good job. Free kick for Oliver Springs. It's taken by Zach Coker. He puts a nice ball into the box. Cade Chambers has some contact given to him. Now cleared away. What a phenomenal clear by Israel Turner.
My goodness, he had about an inch window room to save that out, and he somehow got there.
He came from the back side of the box, covered a lot of ground, and was able to block that one out from crossing over that goal line. Fantastic defensive effort by the Indians and Israel Turner.
He might have had to teleport there. he came out of nowhere.
It's going to be another free kick for Oliver Springs. This time it's Dayton Cates to take the free kick.
A little bit of contact there on the header. Guess maybe there was a push-off from Oneida's side.
Ball played in, deflected, headed out, and it's going to go off of Turner. We're going to have a corner kick for the Bobcats.
Israel Turner, man. Not the largest player out there, but he gets up.
He may be, but, defensively, though, he may show the most heart back there in that defense, I promise. That young man played a outstanding ball game down at Kingston just a couple of weeks ago. Now here's the Indians. They're going to turn quickly. They're going to try to play numbers game. They don't really have numbers, but it's 2-on-2.
My goodness, the speed.
Laxton, when he gets moving, he's like a freight train. It's hard to slow him down. On the far side of the box, it's going to go off of Oliver Springs, and it will be a corner kick for the Indians. The question is who's going to take it, and I like who's going over. It's Veet Tran.
Veet's corner kicks have come a long way.
And I've got a feeling, and I have a feeling who he's aiming for right here coming off this corner kick. You see him hovering just outside the box right there, number 20, Miles Laxton. He's going to make a run. Nope. Drops it off. Now here's Tran. He plays a left foot in. Here's Cron. Tries to control. Plays it back in off the hop. Cleared away. Slips up. Here's Cron. Takes it back. Near side finds Laxton. Laxton back to Cron. Cron plays one in. Veet Tran will control. Far side just outside the box. Makes the turn. Nice move. Plays it back to the middle. Drops in, bounced around. Levi James still fighting for it. It's going to be partially cleared out. Tanner Buttram going to take it back. Pokes one up. This one's going to be touched on. Oliver Springs finally clears out. Ball still pinballing around just outside the box. Here comes Ben Gilbert out of nowhere. Cron takes a shot. Has it deflected now to Laxton, who goes wide left. Goal kick, Oliver Springs.
It's like Oneida turns around and there's just 3 Oliver Spring right there.
We'll say this, though. Oneida looks as if they have come out determined early on in this ball game, just 10 minutes in, already with a 2-0 lead, and have had opportunities to extend that lead dramatically already. Ball cleared off. This one is deflected by Laxton. Laxton fires one off, sees it deflected, And
I think that was Riley Shoemaker, offsides.
they're going to call Riley Shoemaker offsides.
We've seen it in the other sports, but I'd say that the love lost is just about the same here on the soccer field.
It never fails. This is a great rivalry game between the two teams, as Oneida and Oliver Springs, they play in just about every sport. We get to renew that rivalry next year on the football field, as this ball is played off into some space in the back. Israel Turner, he's going to run it down. He does see one Oliver Springs player coming on. He's just going to go ahead and boot that out and give up the throw in to the Bobcats here near sidelines. It's going to be Brant Garrett to take the throw.
Turner just has great soccer IQ.
He really does. He really does. He's done a great job at he slows things as fast as he is. He slows things down for the Indians back in the back and helps get some control back. Here's Torres. He'll play out wide. Beat Train going to try to run it down. Will he get to it? Yes, he does. Keeps it in. Tran still with it, far side. Nice move. Now looks to make a move. Oneida has numbers. Tran plays middle. Finds Laxton. No, just beyond the outstretched run of Laxton into the awaiting arms of the goalkeeper, Ethan Wallace. Ball's booted away. Here's Turner. Back to Oliver Springs. That was Dayton Cates with it. Now finds Jake Benbenek. Benbenek goes through two. Still controls. Plays a nice ball through. Here's Torres. Stops it on a dime. Rotates and gets out to Tran. Tran, lots of green in front of him. Takes his time. Dribbles it up the field. Looks up. Finds Shoemaker just outside the box. Shoemaker comes in. Plays off to James. James makes one move, takes the shot. Just wide is Levi James on the shot. Sub coming in for the ball game, and it's going to be number 11, Alex Jones.
For Shoemaker. And I think that's going to be something that we're going to see as the game progresses. Oneida's depth is going to get the better of Oliver Springs.
Oliver Springs does have another, has a young man here. It looks like actually two awaiting now that they will come in on the next dead ball. That's Gabriel Salinga and Trey Davis.
I think these are some of the coolest last names I've heard.
That's the awesome part about doing stuff like this, is that you start seeing the rosters a little differently, and you see these names that are just so unique. Here's Tanner Buttram. He finds James. James fires a shot. Another one just high this time. Another goal kick.
Oneida's passing offensively is phenomenal right now. It's just making the goals.
Here comes Salinga and Davis in, as they will replace number 24 Walker Booth and number 12 Ender Castleberry.
There goes one of our good names.
It was replaced by another one. Come on, Salinga? Gabriel Salinga. That's a great name. Here's Tanner Buttram trying to put some pressure on. It does help get the ball back. And now here's Buttram far side. He's going to possess. Has it deflected out. It'll be a throw-in for the Indians deep in their offensive attacking third. Sub coming in now for the Indians. Here comes number 5, Hayden Dunlap. And he's going to replace, looks like Beat Tran.
Also, Ben Gilbert swapping out with Tanner Buttram, coming over there to take the throw.
Ben's got a huge, huge throw. And this may be one of those where Ben's just looking to put something deep into the box. Does exactly that. Gets all the way into Laxton just in front of the penalty spot. This one's going to actually go past Torres. He'll control, go out wide. Now he'll clear up. Finds James. James with possession. Makes the turn. Looks to try to play into the center to Buttram. Has this one deflected away, cleared out. It'll be a throw-in for the Indians. Far sideline, Torres will take. Torres, another one of those seniors out there. Young man's got a great throw himself. Booted up. Jones, this one's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Oliver Springs, far sideline. Jake Benbenek will take.
Every time I see these new throws, I wonder, are they legal or are they illegal?
You are the referee here. You should tell us this.
I mean, I call it on the little kids, but
you're the ARs that we're going to see out here, so you're even the one that said it on the broadcast. I can't wait to be a referee.
Hey, I'm riffing tomorrow.
I know. Here's James, fires off a shot. This one sails wide. It'll be another goal kick for Oliver Springs, and we have a sub coming in now for the Indians. And it's going to be number 8, Evan Jeffers, coming into the game. He'll replace
Tanner Buttram.
Tanner Buttram.
You know, side note on reffing, Kate Chambers is trying to steal my spot in the reffing community. He's always praying on my downfall that I show up late so he gets to ref.
He came into my room the other day and he said, I think I'm going to start reffing. And I said, oh, why are you doing that to yourself? Nice trap off by James. Finds Dunlap. Dunlap tries to make the turn. Crosses deep. Can it stay in? No, it's going to be over the end line. And a goal kick. Here's a couple of subs in for Oliver Springs. Ender Castleberry returns, as well as a new entrant, Evan Klein, into the game.
I want to just point out something real quick about Evan Jeffers. Saw him putting some beautiful curve on the ball in warm-ups. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Evan Jeffers pulling there for a few shots.
Oneida still leads 2-0. 23 minutes to go here in the first half. As Oliver Springs will boot it away on the goal kick. This one stays well low. Laxton tried to control but could not. This one skips over the top of his foot. Jeffers plays one into the box, but it'll be picked up by Wallace. And now here comes the big boot from Wallace. Wallace has a nice boot out of the back there as well. Nice touch by Israel Turner to keep it right around midfield. Gilbert fights off, gets it through 2, and now to James to Jeffers, back to James. And somehow Levi James still controls, going through 3, now around a 4th defender. James, far side, plays a nice ball in. There's Miles Laxton going far side towards the corner and just sails wide.
Barely missed it.
Hey.
That was a beautiful ball in, though, from James to Laxton.
Levi's always been exceptional at soccer. Just his footwork.
And that's exactly why I told Bo before the broadcast about that I love seeing him at that center mid position, because we talked about it. Now you've probably got, starting wise, your best players touch wise all in the midfield, and that's exactly what you want to aim for.
Another goal kick for Oliver Springs. Coming up here. A little bit of air under it, but Cron gets it. He finds Laxton. Laxton brings it down to his feet, makes the turn, plays one back in. James, almost a half bike basically, dropped off. Now here's Jones. Jones looks out wide to Jeffers. Jeffers plays in, has it taken away.
Don't be surprised if we do see a bicycle from Levi James. I've seen him do it in person. So
here's Castleberry, far side. Gets around Jeffers, plays up. Ball goes to Salinga. Salinga has it deflected out by Moreland. It'll be a throw in for the Bobcats. And now Walker Booth is going to re-enter for the Bobcats, as he will replace Evan Klein. Oliver Springs looks like they have 5 subs with them here this afternoon.
That's a tough amount of subs.
It is.
For a hotter game.
I mean, you can't ask for better weather, though, for a ball game today. This is beautiful.
I'm glad I'm not shivering up here for once.
It's been a long time since we've not been shivering up here in this box. But again, this is our first home game in over a month. March 24th was our last home game, which we had here against Eagleton as Tran and Shoemaker both re-enter. Seems like it's been forever since we've had that home game.
I kept looking at my calendar like I feel like I need to be at at a game for something. There was just no games.
5 straight road games for the Indians, 2 and 3 over that 5-game stretch while they were on the road, including wins at Harriman and at Scott High. As the throw-in comes all the way down to Shoemaker. Shoemaker now tries to beat his man to the outside. He does, but he cannot keep it in play. He goes over the touchline for a goal kick.
Our field is starting to look more lively.
It is
starting to get nice and green.
Got a little rain, gotten a little sunlight now, and it's starting to green up a little bit. It got a little dormant for a little while, but now it's starting to perk up here as spring rolls around. James tries to play that one back in. It'll be another goal kick. With the time just under 20 minutes, they're actually around 19 and a half to play.
Going to see a swap in position here as Ender Castleberry is going to go to the back line, try and help them get this ball forward.
Ethan Wallace will take the goal kick. Ball doesn't get much air underneath it as Cron takes it, plays it back into the middle. Now it's going to be played up. Here's Gilbert. Touches off. Here's Shoemaker. Can Shoemaker run this one down? He will. Makes the play back to Tran. Tran just outside the box. Plays the ball middle. Nearly squeaks through to James. It'll be cleared away by the Bobcats. Moreland gets a touch off. This one goes well high into the air. Comes off the foot of Tran, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Oneida once again, 2-0 lead as we are around 18 and a half to play here in the first half. Thank you all for joining us here on the Oneida Indians Network as well as the IH Sports Network. Thank you, of course, to all of our help this afternoon. Once again, Lucas Laxton on the cam and color tonight, as well as Jillian Cross. Of course, Clayton Posey, our tech director, back at home base, and of course Greg Bond down at IH Sports Network. We thank everybody for being a part of this broadcast here this evening. Cron sees this one trickle over the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Indians. It's going to be Alex Jones to take it.
That one, the result of Cron trying to get the ball into Levi Jameson. He almost got it, but a great defensive play from Aller Springs knocked that one away, and we saw Caden Cron follow that one out.
Jones allows Oneida to get set up, and here comes the kick. Plays a beautiful ball, back post, headed on by Laxton, but it's going to go high. Another goal kick for Oliver Springs. It seems like the ball has stayed on this end of the field for probably 90% of this half as number 10, Jake Benbenek, re-enters.
I think Miles just plays a fun game of how many headers he can get in a game.
I'll ask him tomorrow because I guarantee you he's going to know the number as well. Have the young man in class. He's a fantastic student athlete. Headed on by Oliver Springs, but Shoemaker's going to get it. He'll drop it all the way back to Moreland as Oneida tries to reset. Back to Gilbert. Gilbert plays into the middle, has it taken away. But Veet Tran, he's going to use his speed on the outside and take that possession back for Oneida. Makes a nice move. Tran into the box. Missed touches on that one, though, as it travels all the way back into the hands of Ethan Wallace. Young man's got a nice boot out when he gets his hands on it. Ball played down. Nice touch by Torres. Cleared away now by Turner. Tran drops it back. So Moreland now back up to James. James makes the play. Looks up. Sees Shoemaker into the box. Plays it into the middle. Here's Laxton. Laxton plays backwards. Thought he may have had someone there. Nobody there. It's played into some space. Jones takes it. Now back over to Cron. Cron still with possession. Plays back into James. Back to Cron. Cron plays back center. Goes back to James. It's deflected. Levi James sends one just high and wide over the upper right 90.
I mean, the one touches are phenomenal.
Oneida's possession game has drastically improved over the last couple of weeks. Again, I went down to the Kingston game and watched on that narrow football field that they play down there. It's intimidating when it's that close and you've got everybody packed in there. There's no doubt about that. Oneida ended up falling in that game 2-0. But then they turned around, went to Powell. And that Powell game was a fantastic effort. Here's James, fires one off. It's deflected by Shoemaker, now shielded off. Shoemaker going to battle back, get possession, turns to the end line. It's going to be a corner kick for the Indians. But that Powell game, yes, it was a 5-3 loss. But if you look at what the Indians did in that game, they had Powell on the ropes for nearly most of the game. And it was just great soccer. It may have been the most complete game, honestly, that Oneida had played all year.
I mean, a loss, honestly, isn't always truly a loss. I mean, there's a lot you can learn just from playing somebody.
That game was definitely a confidence builder.
Yes.
Booted away. Moreland gets a touch. Over to James. James tries to get it to Tran. Tran sees this one trickle across, throw in for the Bobcats.
Going back to Kingston and that football field, I personally have played on their football field. It's like you said, it's a very tight and rather uneven ground, so there's a lot of full contact and tough battles for the ball.
And that's exactly what it was down there that night. Bobcats with possession. Near midfield. It's going to trickle all the way over to Ender Castleberry. Castleberry plays middle. Torres clears away. Back now to Benbenek. To Castleberry. Back to Benbenek. He's going to try to beat Alex Jones midfield as this one goes to Tyler Gaines in the midfield. Veet Tran takes it away, goes to Levi James. Now back to Tran. Tran looking up the sideline. Looking for Shoemaker. He just can't run it down. And this one's going to go back over the end line. Another goal kick for Oliver Springs. I don't know if Oneida's used to this grass being as low as it is right now either, though.
The ball definitely is moving fast.
It's scooting across this field right now, honestly. And I was a little surprised at how well it is scooting across the field.
I think I'd rather this grass than the dead grass, though.
Ball played in by Shoemaker. Going to sail just high.
Pretty knuckleball.
We don't need to show that. No.
Is that allowed?
I don't think so, but Kay Chambers is back here in the goal, and he's trying to find something to do, so he's back here working on his juggling skills.
My senior night, I just begged everybody to score enough goals that I could go play as the goalkeeper.
I remember that. Here's Laxton finding James. Nice turn for the middle. James fires off the left foot, sails just high.
The senior curse.
You keep bringing up that senior curse.
I swear the high shots are a senior curse. You get to senior year and you think you've got it all figured out, and then you shoot high every single time.
I think it's more that Levi just wants to put it through the net, not just in it.
That may be very possible. Levi has great power behind his kicks, no doubt about it. Castleberry with it. Looks up. Tries to get it to Dayton Cates. Has it taken away by Shoemaker. Shoemaker dribbles back through. Tries to play the through ball up to Veet Tran. It's deflected, but Tran still comes up with it. Tran plays the ball middle of the field. This one's deflected, but Wallace gets those bear paws on it before James can kick it away. Booted away now by Wallace, headed on by Torres. Brant Garrett was trying to come down with it. It's now touched on by Cron. Over to Israel Turner as now Cron looks for Miles Laxton. Laxton trying to make the turn. It's touched off of Oliver Springs, and it will be a corner for the Indians.
Jones trotting over there to take this one.
Again, Senior Day festivities will be at halftime. We'll have those for you here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network as Hayden Dunlap will check back in for the Indians. He'll replace... Thought it was going to be Cron. I guess it's going to be Veet Tran coming off.
I think that Cron and Dunlap are going to be swapping sides. So
Dunlap with that natural left foot, too. Here's Jones. Plays it short. Goes to James. Back to Jones. Jones now plays mid. Ball trickles over. Headed on by Cron. Dunlap comes in flying. Shoemaker has it deflected. Here's Laxton in with a goal. His second of the day gives Oneida a 3-0 lead.
Give that man a brace.
We'll see if we can pull this replay up.
That was a hard-fought goal. Just ping-pong back and forth.
Just barely snuck that one in. Great power from how close he was out.
That's actually showing all of the goals thus far. We'll take it back here to live action. We'll give you the replays there at halftime after senior day. Here's James. Makes a nice move. James fires off a shot. It's deflected. Castleberry looking to get through. Here's Laxton. Goes near side now. Here's Dunlap. Tries to bring it down to his left. Dunlap plays a beautiful ball in, looking for Shoemaker. Now Cron fires one off. It's deflected away over the end line. It's going to be another corner.
Dunlap looks like he's going to be the one to head over there to take this one from the left side. He's had some great curves in the corners we've seen from him this season, so.
Back here for the corner. Here's Dunlap. Plays it short to James. James now plays back to Dunlap. Dunlap fires off a shot. It's going to go wide, and it will be a goal kick for the Bobcats.
I think Miles Laxton is trying to get subbed out.
I think he may have tired himself out with all the headers.
Yeah. I would probably be lying dead on the field.
Young man's like an Energizer bunny. He just keeps going. Here's Moreland. Looks up for Cron. Cron into the middle of the field. It's James. James makes the turn, has one on him. Now plays back out to Cron. Cron looks back in for James. James possesses. Looks out wide. Here's Shoemaker. Shoemaker plays a beautiful ball in. It's deflected and brought in by Ethan Wallace. Nice defensive effort there by Wallace as he boots it away. Once again, a nice deep punt by Wallace. Headed on by Garrett. Now back to Torres. Torres makes the turn, and here comes Dunlap.
That's one that scares you as a keeper, because if you don't get it right, that one can go in behind you, and now you've scored an own goal.
I think Dunlap was trying to cross that one in and just did not get the foot around it enough. This one sails well high and wide.
Well, I think right as he put it in the air, the wind started blowing the other way.
The wind did have a bit of a gust. There's no doubt about that. But either way, I don't think he got the foot on it that he was looking for.
Once he narrows in on his aim, absolute powerhouse of a kick.
And you love to see a lefty on the field. It's lefties are a thing of beauty for just about every sport. I don't understand it, but it's fun to watch. Ball played up. Here's Cron. Middle of the field. Finds James. James controls. Near sideline. Looks for Dunlap. Back to James. Nice little 1-2 touch. Ball played into the center, but Wallace comes out and secures.
I don't know that was a cross. I think he was going for goal there.
Quickly on the boot. Headed on by Torres. It's going to trickle across, and it will be a throw-in for the Bobcats right here in front of Oneida's dugout. Deflected by Torres. Headed on by Dunlap. He tried to keep it in, but it scoots off the top of his head. Another throw-in right here midfield. Bobcats take it. Garrett throws it in. And there's contact by both Ben Gilbert and Trey Davis.
Yeah, he kind of came over top of him.
I think Davis took the worst of that one from Ben Gilbert, as now it'll be a free kick for the Bobcats right here near midfield. Dayton Cates will take it.
Love you, Ben, but you can't come over top somebody like that.
Kind of jumped into him.
Cates takes. It's a low line driving kick. Turner, sees it taken away. We play into the middle. Now Elder Castleberry comes through with it. Deflected away. Ball played near side. This is Brant Garrett. Garrett plays back to Cates. Chested by Turner. Turner, nice way of, they're going to say he did deflect it. And now we're going to have a sub coming in for Oliver Springs. Here comes number 3, Chase Braden.
Israel Turner, man.
I just realized they all have different colored socks on.
They do.
Yeah.
Oliver Springs, a lot of them do.
I like the yellow ones.
Brant Garrett looking up. Cleared out, Israel Turner. Here's Miles Laxton looking to make the run. Now he's got a little bit of green in front of him. He's trying to fight through, fights through two, and unfortunately doesn't get a great touch on it right there as Wallace is able to come out and secure. Ball takes a hop. Goes to Coker. Coker now putting some pressure on Gilbert. Gilbert just bruising through.
You know what I'm going to say, Bo?
That was Ben Gilbert's 272nd tackle of the season.
Hello, darling.
I mean, barreled through.
He had eyes for one thing and one thing only, and that was the ball, and it didn't matter what came between him and the ball, he was getting to it. And unfortunately, that just happened to be a defender for Oliver Springs that had to take the brunt of that.
I'm surprised that wasn't a yellow.
I like it. I like that they're letting him play.
A little push in the back here from Oliver Springs will now put a free kick here for the Indians. And now here comes Torres up to take it. And Torres has a boot. We all know this. We have seen the young man. He can fire it off from anywhere around 40.
Indians do have a sub lined up to check in at the next opportunity.
Sub coming in for the Indians will be number 23, Nathaniel Sexton. Here's Torres. Big boot into the box. Cleared away. Still pinballing around just outside the box, though. Now here's Miles Laxton back with it. He's going to see it taken away and cleared up. Turner now going to play a little bit of defense, shielding it off as Torres goes back. Makes the turn. Nearly sees it taken away. Here's Torres still with it. Now does have it taken away by Brant Garrett. Back to Garrett. Off the pass from Coker. Now cleared away. Here's Gilbert fighting for it. Now to the foot of Tyler Gaines. Ball gets away, cleared away. Not a great clearance, though. Now here's Israel Turner. Not a great touch there by Turner, as now it will be a corner kick for Oliver Springs. A very untimely mistake by Israel Turner. A very rare mistake by Israel Turner as well.
That was
Zach Coker
a little scary.
on the corner.
Corner quickly comes in. Ball comes down. Here's James. James going to play into some space quickly. Laxton looks out wide. Here comes Dunlap. Oneida going to try to play some space. Riley Shoemaker trying to make the run. Here's Dunlap. Left side. Dunlap fires it off. This one's deflected. Comes down back to Shoemaker. Back into the middle. Here's Laxton. Gets a head on it. That ball was at his knees, and he still headed it somehow.
It has to be like a game, a challenge.
It may be the softest part of his body with that hair on top of his head.
It might cushion it.
Here's James, just outside the box, makes a nice turn to the middle. James plays middle, back to Laxton.
Yeah.
The ball finds the back of the net, but not before the whistle is blown for an offsides.
As a ref, I would have known to call that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that you know that.
Going back to your
that flag would have went up quick, huh?
there.
Very.
2 minutes to play in the first half.
I will say that we used to do that in warm-ups to see how many times we could head it up in the air to each other. So I think our group's record was 25.
Not bad. Ball cleared off. Stays on the ground. Here's James. Plays it back up to Laxton. Laxton makes the turn. Back to James. James makes a move to the right. Makes his turn back to the left. Fires back in. Here's Shoemaker. Has it deflected. Laxton fires a shot. Deflected. Tries to bike it in, but this one's sailing high.
That was a crazy move.
Okay, so
there.
that ball was about the same level as the last one that he headed, and he pulls a bicycle kick out of it. I'm not sure how.
I think he could have found a career in gymnastics.
Well,
I cannot wait for him to go back and watch this. I'm sure he'll look at me tomorrow and be like, "So, did you see that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure did. Tell me how you pulled that one off."
I think he's more flexible than I am.
Oliver Springs now with under a minute to play sees this one trickle across. It's going to be a goal kick as Oneida still leads 2-0. 2 early goals in this one, coming within the first 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Sorry, 3-0. I apologize. 2 goals early in the first 3.5 minutes or so, and then another one added on by Miles Laxton later on. We'll see those replays after Senior Day festivities here, as James tries to turn and make a play to see if Oneida can add one more in the last 10 seconds. James makes the turn, has to play center. They're going to have to find a shot quickly if they're going to fire one off. Here's Laxton, tries to fire it off. Ball still down, ball's deflecting around, and the whistle blows before the ball finds the back of the net. It's a 3-0 lead here at the end of the first half. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back with Senior Day festivities. Actually, let's take a 2-minute break. Come back with Senior Day festivities here shortly on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Respect, compassion, integrity, commitment, community. Those are a few of the principles committed to do everything we can to help those in need. And we're focused on providing our friends, family, and neighbors with the very best health care available.
Buying a home can be an exciting but stressful process. However, usually it's over pretty quickly. Building a home, on the other hand, that's a much longer process. And with that long time period comes different pitfalls and dangers. Let our experts at United Cumberland Bank help you navigate this world. Something that you're probably not used to doing, but something that we do on a daily basis.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to those who have supported South Fork Physical Therapy for the past 20 years. Because of you, we have been able to live and work in the community we love. We appreciate you, Scott County.
And back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, the Indians leading Oliver Springs by a score of 3-0 at the halftime break, as we'll now take a look at some highlights from the first half. Here's the first goal of the game coming quickly here, just inside of a minute, as it was James finding Shoemaker on a nice through ball, finishing it off for the first goal of the game by Riley Shoemaker. That made it 1-0. Just about 2 minutes later, it was Shoemaker, I believe that's Shoemaker.
Yes.
Goes into the middle, as this one's deflected off by Tanner Buttram's shot was deflected, and then it was a header from Miles Laxton to give Oneida a 2-0 lead off the corner. They play it back in once again. This time, headed on, bounced around just a bit, and then it was a finish in from Miles Laxton yet again to bring us to this 3-0 lead that the Indians have currently at the half. We'll take another 2-minute break, come back, and we will have Senior Day festivities right here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Vigilance Security and Technology offers cutting-edge security solutions tailored for industrial, commercial, and residential spaces. With our 4K resolution cameras, expert installation, and comprehensive networking services, you'll experience unparalleled clarity and peace of mind. Secure your future with the team that goes the extra mile. Call Vigilance today. 423-286-3533.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and...
Yeah. And we are here for Senior Day. Over to Stuart Jones.
Welcome to the Oneida High School Boys Soccer Senior Night at the Jane Terry Hoffman Field. We have 3 gentlemen that have served the Oneida soccer program graduating this year. These individuals have shown attributes that exemplify all that our school and soccer program have come to value and represent. We have been honored to be a part of their time with our school and the years of dedication they have given to this program. We are going to miss them in future seasons, but wish them well on their future endeavors. Please join us in giving your support as we honor these gentlemen. We give you our 2025 Oneida High School Soccer Boys Seniors. Senior number 7, Levi James. Levi is the son of Paul James and Kristen Renault. He is a 4-year member of the OHS football team, in which he was awarded All-State for 2 years. Levi is also a 4-year member of the OHS soccer team, in which he has been awarded several distinctions, such as first team in the district. Levi plans to pursue a career to become an electrician after graduation. Let's hear it for senior number 7, Levi James. Number 10, Tanner Buttram. Tanner is the son of Mikey and Kelly Buttram. Tanner is a first-year member of the OHS soccer team. He participated in the OHS baseball program for 1 year and was a member of the OHS football program for 4 years. He is a 2-year member of the OHS Best Buddies program. Tanner plans to attend TCAT in pursuit of a bachelor's degree in the nursing program. Senior number 10, Tanner Buttram. Senior number 14, Alex Torres. Alex is the son of Luis Torres and Sharon Summers. Alex is a 4-year member of the Oneida High School soccer program. Alex plans to work through an apprenticeship in pursuit of her license as an electrician. Once again, senior number 14, Alex Torres. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 OHS Boys Soccer Team Seniors. Please give them all a hand. Gentlemen, we thank you for your hard work and dedication. You always have a home at Oneida High School, and we wish you the best in all your future endeavors. We would also like to thank all family members and friends which helped support these gentlemen along their path. We would also like to thank Dr. Jeannie Phillips, Principal Stacy Love, and the Board of Education for their support of our program. Thank you to Bo Kidd, Stuart Jones, and all members that helped to broadcast our games and support our efforts. Last but not least, thank you to our sponsors and contributors for your support of our school and program. Thank you, seniors.
Your class of 2025 out there once again: Alex Torres, Levi James, and Tanner Buttram. Again, 2 4-year players out there, with James and Torres. Buttram coming in for a senior hoorah this year, but you would have never thought, just being a 1-year senior, fit in very well with this program. These 3 fine young men given a lot to this team, especially this year, and then of course with the other with the 2 over the last 4 seasons. Levi James, an all-state kid, very close, or nearly, was an all-state football player, all-region kid for soccer, nearly an all-state football or all-state soccer player as well. This is a team that has grown very close-knit this year, guys.
So these are your classmates, Jillian, so you want to tell us any fun stories?
Guys, I'm very boring. I go to school, I go to work, I go home, and I go to bed.
Just because you don't know anything doesn't mean you didn't witness anything.
I do know that they went to the practice football field the other night and played some late-night kickball and then hung out in the parking lot. And I reckon that Levi James is a little TikTok famous from it. So
we'll have to find that and see how it is.
We'll have to find those TikToks.
Let's take another 2-minute break for our sponsors, and we'll come back with second half action here shortly on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools? We got it. Paint and cleaning supplies? We got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care? We got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th Lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior. Both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash Oneida.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, Bo Kidd, along with Jillian Cross and Lucas Laxton here this evening. Guys, recapping the first half, it was all Oneida on the offensive for 90% of the first half.
It was the one passes, just the push they had, the drive they had. Ben Gilbert barreling through in the back.
Miles Laxton's attempt at a bicycle kick.
Yes.
is I want to say I would venture to say the header count's probably up somewhere around 5 or 6 right now.
Oh,
maybe.
it's got to be way more than that.
I'm just saying legitimate. How's that? We'll say legitimate headers. I'm still trying to figure out how he headed the one that was at his knees.
Truth be told, of course, 3-0 score, but want to go ahead and give a shout out to Ethan Wallace in goal for netting that for being a lot more, because it could have been.
It could have been. There's no doubt about that. Oneida has had a abundance of chances in this ball game to have this game well out of hand, and it may be out of hand here at 3-0. There's no doubt about that. But we'll see what kind of offense Oneida comes out with here in the second half of play. Oliver Springs already taking the field. It looks like they are set and ready to go here. Once again, Oliver Springs in the road whites, black numerals trimmed in gold, black shorts with the purple stripe trimmed in gold as well.
I like these uniforms. I like the purple and the yellow.
Purple and yellow has
they're opposites on the color wheel, so they go good together.
I'll say this, and this is not a knock, no offense to anybody over in that area as well. I don't mind it on Oliver Springs. I don't like going and seeing it over at York. I'm just saying. I'm not a fan of the Dragons. They have some phenomenal programs over there. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like that purple and gold when I had to go and play it 20 years ago. That was tough. And yes, I just aged myself 20 years. This is my 20-year reunion
That's
this
older
year.
Than me.
This is my 20-year reunion this year coming up. Graduated in 2005.
When I was born.
Yes, thanks.
Before I was born.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. I like you all too.
Actually, technically, you graduated a couple of days before I was born. So,
Oneida in the home blacks. Once again, trimmed in white numerals.
I like the Oneida jerseys they have now, but I tell you what, I don't like the orange.
Now, see, I love the orange. I like the orange tops. I'm a fan of the orange kits.
It doesn't match any skin tones. It always looks like
trash. We're in action here. Second half of play has started up as Oneida with possession has it taken away quickly by Oliver Springs. Here near sideline, here's Riley Shoemaker coming back to try to possess. Oliver Springs tries to touch it off, goes back now to Gilbert. Gilbert finds James midfield. Now has it taken away.
Oliver Springs is starting back with some heat.
maybe that was the strategy all along.
Clock stopped.
The clock was not running. We'll give Rory some slack. It's been a while since we've had a home game, so had to take a short break from her duties.
The last middle of school game.
We'll say 39:27 on the clock, so we'll hold 13 seconds before we start bars back up.
Okay, run the clock.
Start clock. As now, apparently we're having a clock malfunction.
I think this malfunction reflects last, girls' season, senior night, when we had no clock for mysterious reasons. Who knows, but...
Those are always the fun games, though, because you never know when you're going to have to stop.
Yeah.
And now we're back to action. 39:14 to play. The Indians with it, shot off by Laxton's going to sail just wide, and it'll be another goal kick for Oliver Springs, as Oneida not taking much time off from getting back into that attacking mode.
Nice touchdown there by Sarah Dunlap to keep that ball from rolling down the hill.
Touched off by James. Here's Laxton. Laxton comes near side, goes out to Cron. Cron back to Laxton. Touches off, makes the turn, drops it back to Cron yet again. Cron still with it. Goes back to Laxton, midfield. Laxton comes over to James. James touches off. Gonna possess. Goes out far side. Plays a nice ball into Dunlap. Dunlap fires off the shot. This one just sails high.
Good play made there.
Again, that's that left foot of Hayden Dunlap. Whenever he gets that thing honed in, man, he's going to be a scary, scary attacker for the Indians.
I think he's trying to put one through for you, Bo.
I think he is. I don't know if it's for me or if it's Mom standing down there in the corner with the camera.
Probably a little bit of both.
Probably. I guarantee it's more down there for that one than it is for this one up here. Here's Oliver Springs trying to dribble through some defense. This is Jake Benbenek. This one's headed on. Here comes Dunlap on an absolute tear down the left sideline. Has this one deflected. He's going to make a turn. Nice ball into the middle. There's Cron. Misses off the touch. Ball sails out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Bobcats. Taking the throw is going to be Silas Carter. Carter gets it in now to Dayton Cates. Cates mistouches right in front of his own bench. It'll be a throw in for the Indians. Here's Moreland. Nice quick throw in. Gets it to Cron. Goes to Shoemaker. The ball's cleared away. Israel Turner will touch. Brings it down. Goes through two Bobcats and finds Dunlap far side. Dunlap trying to utilize that burst of speed. Makes a turn. Finds James. James looks to the middle. Here's Alex Jones. Plays the ball off. This one's going to sail wide for another goal kick for Oliver Springs.
Gonna throw a fun soccer word at you there, Bo. Tried to Travella that one. Off the outside of the foot. Tried to curve it in.
Another goal kick for Oliver Springs. Ball's cleared away by Coker. Here's Moreland. Has it deflected by Walker Booth, and now it's a foot race. Torres is going to win the foot race, but he can't get the ball turned enough to keep it in bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Oliver Springs beyond midfield. Throw-in's going to be taken by Dayton Cates. Cates looks in. Has it taken away by Jones. Jones looks for Cron. Now Oliver Springs deflects, and it comes to the feet of Bear Lively. Coker clears up. Torres deflects. Here's Gilbert. Off to Jones. To Cron. Has it taken away. Here's Miles Laxton. Barrels through. No call. Here's Cron near side. Cron plays across through. Finds James. James makes one touch. Now he'll fire off a shot. This one's going to deflect off of Ethan Wallace, but he will still secure. 35-20 to play here in this one. Wallace boots it away. This young man's had a great boot out of the back. Torres brings it down to his feet. Now cleared away. It's going to be a handball called, and now a free kick for Oneida. Torres will take.
I think he could almost make a goal from there if he really put his mind to it.
Don't give him any ideas.
He would have to have a little bit of wind, I think, to help him. But I think he's going to try to play a ball deep in, which is exactly what he did. He tried to play off into Laxton. Here's James still trying to fight it away. And now here comes Ender Castleberry. As James takes it away from Castleberry. Makes the turn, still fighting off. James plays back to Jones. Ball's played up into the middle, deflected away, and now cleared by Oliver Springs. Moreland with the header.
Great header.
Gilbert a little wildly trying to swing at that one. Comes up empty, now goes to Jones. Nice bind here on the near side to Cron. Cron plays middle, looking for Laxton. It's going to be deflected away by Christian Schillings. Back there on the back line. Now Dunlap going to run it down, and he has a lot of green over there in front of him. Schillings now trying to close out. Finds James. James makes the turn, comes to the middle. James fires off the shot, gets a little too much foot underneath it. You're going to say it, don't say it.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
I will add something that is not about what shall not be named, but leans back a little bit too far on that one. Kind of want to lean forward to keep the ball down.
Yep.
But overall, still a good shot.
Cron chests it off on the goal kick. Finds Shoemaker. Now to James again. James makes the turn. Goes back left. Finds Dunlap. Dunlap just outside the box. Works his way in. Now fires a shot off the crossbar. Cron makes the touch. Keeps possession. Into the middle. Shoemaker's shot deflected away by Bear Lively. And now it's going to be another corner for the Indians.
That was an amazing left-footed shot there.
My goodness.
I don't even know how it hit off the bar like that.
Dunlap, I'm telling you, he's starting to hone in. He's starting to find the dimensions of that goal. Here is Jones with the corner. Indians all playing back post here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black jerseys on the back side of the box. Jones plays it in. Comes all the way down. Fired off by Cron, and it's in!
That was a great one-touch shot there.
And I think that's exactly why they all lined up on that far back post. Confused the defense, and Cron was wide open.
I told him before the second half started, I said, finish one for me, young man. Finish one. He did.
He did, definitely.
With a nice one-touch. And there's the goal from Cron. Makes it a 4-0 lead for the Indians. 32-36 to play here in this one. Ball played in, and Oliver Springs going to boot it up. Headed on. Consider that a header for...
Those headers have to hurt.
He's got too much padding up there. It doesn't hurt him, guys, I'm telling you. It's like memory foam up there for him. It just sort of just eases off.
He was fluffing it down.
Some contact over there on Dunlap. Indians going to get the free kick.
Torres tries to play a ball up this time. Plays it a little wide. I think he may have been trying to frame one up there.
I think he was. That's why I told him don't give him any ideas about the long ball.
It'll be a goal kick for the Indians as they lead 4-0 here with 31, just under 32 to play here in this one. Oneida back in action
this Friday.
Actually, back
and
in
Thursday.
action tomorrow at Campbell County. That a 6 o'clock start.
Maybe looking for some revenge.
Thursday's game against Carter has been canceled because of the makeup game on Friday with Rockwood. Now here comes Oliver Springs trying to make a push. This one deflected through. Now still with it is Brant Garrett.
I believe the Thursday game was Carnes, was it not?
Yes, I apologize. Excuse me, Carnes, not Carter.
Carter's a bit of a way out there for us.
Oliver Springs still with possession near field. This is Jake Benbenek. Benbenek trying to attack near side. And it's going to be a throw in for the Indians. Alex Torres will take it.
Playing those back-to-back games like that it's hard.
It's tough, especially with the district tournament coming up on Monday for the Indians. This one's taken away from Shoemaker. Zach Coker looks in for Benbenek. Now taken away, here's Laxton. Up to Dunlap. Dunlap trying to find James. Ball goes to the middle of the field. Here's Shoemaker. Finds a run on the outside for James. He'll run it down. James takes it. James goes near side, or goes to the baseline. Going to be cleared away. Here's Israel Turner tried to play one up. It's deflected out, and it'll be a throw in for Oliver Springs. Once again, Oneida in action tomorrow at Campbell County. On Friday at home against Rockwood. That finishes out the regular season before district tournament starts up on Monday. If everything goes according to plan, Oneida will host that game on Monday as the 3 seed in the tournament. Cron finds Jones. Jones, he's going to fire one off towards back post. This one's going to sail out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Oliver Springs.
last time we had Camel County up here was a great contest, a 3-3 final in that one.
It was. It was a battle.
Absolutely.
An absolute battle.
Especially, Indians took that early 2-0 lead in the halftime, and then Campbell County actually held the lead for a couple of minutes until late in the game, where a Levi James penalty kick tied things up and gave us our final.
Ball's played across deep into the defensive third for Oliver Springs. Here's Cron still trying to battle for it. He's going to get possession, drops off to Gilbert. Gilbert now out to Laxton, who goes out wide to Dunlap. Dunlap's going to fire a shot. That one's a field goal that's good from 37 yards out.
I think that ball might be gone.
No, I did see where it landed, so I think we're safe in getting it back as Oliver Springs sees Gavril Salinga and Trey Davis re-enter the game here in the second half.
Thankfully avoided the trap corner.
Playing it short. Dribbles back and cleared away now by Zach Coker. Turner gets a touch on it. Going to be booted up by Tyler Gaines. It's going to sail out of bounds. Throw in for the Indians right around midfield on the far side.
I'm loving these last names.
So fun.
Torres will take the throw. Looks to go deep up the outside or up the sideline. They're going to say a little too much contact by Tyler Gaines on that one over the back of Levi James, and we'll have a free kick for the Indians.
Don't be surprised if Torres tries to knock this one in.
This time you may see a little bit more backside support heading on that back post as Torres lines it up. Cron, Shoemaker, Laxton, and James all hovering around the box. Torres goes forward and he hits it!
What a goal by Alex Torres.
Alex Torres! As the clock now runs, we get to the spot of this game where the clock's going to continue. As the Indians now lead 5-0 as Alex Torres puts it in from about 40 yards out.
I mean, an amazing shot, and especially on senior night.
And what did I say? I said he's going to try and knock this one in, and
That's a beautiful ball. Beautiful ball by Alex Torres. Clock continues to run now, once again at 5-0. Now here's Laxton. Finds Cron. Cron back to Laxton. Drops back to Alex Jones. Now to James. James makes the move. Tries to go through one. Goes through two. Still has possession. Here's James. He's going to fire off a shot. This one tries to keep it low, but this one scoots a little too much across the grass. Ethan Walls is going to secure it and boot it deep down the field. Nice touch, though, by Moreland. Finds Gilbert. Gilbert goes for the flying kick. This one comes down to the feet of Jones. Now here's Cron. Cron finds Jones on the run. Plays a through ball. Can Shoemaker run it down? Plays a cross ball in. Was looking for James. Wallace comes up and secures.
I mean, that ball is just absolutely scooting across the grass.
Headed on by Gilbert. Comes down to Dunlap. Back to Laxton. Laxton turns near side, goes back away from us. Finds James sitting just outside the box. Looking for Dunlap. This one deflected away, and now here's Oliver Springs with it. And it's Ender Castleberry. Trying to fight off Miles Laxton. He does find Dayton Cates, who comes near side to Zach Coker. Coker sees it taken away. It's Cron to Jones, now to Laxton. Jones finds a waiting Levi James just outside the box. Levi James is going to fire off a shot. This one deflected down. And coming up with it is Wallace once again.
Powerful
booted away
shot from Levi James.
Off the chest of Israel Turner. Now booted up. Torres will come back, control, brings it to his feet. Tries to play up the far sideline. It's going to be a throw-in now for Oliver Springs. You've got a couple subs coming in for Oneida on their next dead ball. It's going to be Veet Tran, and then a goalkeeper switch as well as Eli Jordan Sexton's going to come in for Oneida.
You know, I'd love to see Tanner go in as a striker, try to get his goal since the other two seniors have.
It's very possible. Here's Shoemaker fighting off, somehow comes away with it. Here's a corner, and now a sub for the Indians. Beat Tran's going to come in, and Eli Jordan Sexton as Hayden Dunlap's going to come off for Veet Tran. And, of course, Cade Chambers out of the game. Alex Jones is going to take the corner. Deep, nice corner, looking for James. Comes down to the feet of Cron. Cron looking for Tran. Tran's going to come back and fight off a defender and still possesses. Near sideline, Tran. Going against one, going against two, stops, makes the turn. Tran goes back, goal side line. Here's Laxton. Drops off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker gets his shot deflected. Here's Gilbert. Oh, my goodness. That one was a violent contact.
And that was his 278th tackle of the year.
And that one's going to be a yellow card, I believe, on Mr. Gilbert.
Just a little bit too much on that one.
And that is a yellow on Ben Gilbert.
Which means that he will have to come off for the moment.
So he's going to be subbed out for Tanner Buttram.
I don't know if that was more of a foul or more of he just hit a brick wall.
I think that was an earth-shattering action.
I think it's a little bit of both. Ben Gilbert, when he gets moving, he's hard to stop. And if you just get in the path of Ben Gilbert, I'm just going to say look out.
Unstoppable.
I'm a good-sized man myself, and I still don't think I want to get in the middle of that because that's like a.
Think about next year when it's Tate Shepard and Ben Gilbert out there.
Oh, good Lord.
Tate has already grown to be a large young man. They're in 8th grade. Be a freshman next year for the Indians. We'll see them in action on Saturday for the EUMSS tournament. That is, they will be at home, yes, tomorrow night as well for 8th grade night, but EUMSS tournament is held here at Oneida on Saturday. The Indians are the 1 seed in that one. They will kick off at 1 p.m. here on Saturday as they look to snag that EUMSS tournament championship. Win 2 and they get it. So once again, that's a 1 o'clock start for them on Saturday. Here's Shoemaker dribbling in, plays the cross in, goes to James. James can't get it finished. Here's Laxton. Laxton's going to fire off a shot. This one's deflected and now out of bounds. It's going to be a corner for the Indians. Middle school Indians in action here tomorrow night. Once again, 8th grade night. That's a 6 o'clock start, I believe, against Campbell County.
I will say that Oliver Springs' defense is doing a fantastic job of deflecting the ball out.
There's been more deflections in this game than I can remember in a while. Veet Tran's going to line up this corner. Going to play it short. Goes to James. Going to try to get back to Tran. Tran's going to see this one go across the touchline, and it'll be a throw-in for Oliver Springs. And here comes a sub in. Walker Booth will re-enter for Oliver Springs as he replaces Silas Carter. Throw in for Oliver Springs will be taken by Dayton Cates. Cates looks up, goes off the foot of Zach Coker, and then taken away. It's James. James finds Shoemaker.
What a touch by James.
Back to Jones. Jones has his deflected now and goes back to Laxton. They're going to play it all the way back to Tanner Buttram. Buttram tries to play one up into the middle. Ball cleared away by Zach Coker, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Indians.
I mean, these touches all these boys make, flipping their heels up and jumping and bending, and I don't know how they do it.
Some of these young men are much more flexible than what they appear to be when they are out on the field. I'll put it that way. Throw in for Oneida. As James has a little contact.
I think that's
they're going to say, I'm sorry, they're going to call a free kick. I apologize. So there was enough contact to warrant the free kick.
In a very dangerous position.
Just beyond a throw-in. And Beat Tran's going to set up the free kick. Indians all hovering around that back post yet again. Here's Tran. Plays the ball in. Great ball in. Just no one coming up right off the back post. Everybody sort of hovered out a little bit trying to stay on sides. It's going to be a goal kick for Oliver Springs. Once again, thank you all for joining us here for this one. 18 minutes and 35 seconds or so to play in this one. Oneida with a 5-0 lead.
Oh.
Tanner Buttram. This ball's going to take a bounce. Wallace fighting to control it. They're going to call a foul against Shoemaker as he contacts Wallace. Tanner Buttram. I think he was eyeballing the back of the net with that one, guys. I know it went 40. I know it went 40 yards up in the air, but that thing was trying to drop down in between the posts. Here's Oliver Springs with it. Cleared off. It's going to go out of play off the boot of number 32, Bear Lively. Throw in for the Indians. James has it near side. Plays it in. Deflected by Wallace, and he'll bring it down in control.
I think if Wallace hadn't deflected Tanner's ball, that probably was going in.
It sort of had a bead on it. Here's Moreland. Hovers down and puts that noggin to it. Brings it down to Tran. Tran gets this one a little too far out in front of him and now has it taken away. Zach Coker with it. Coker looking middle of the field, taken away by Alex Jones. Now here's Laxton. Laxton left side finds Cron. Cron into Shoemaker. Shoemaker, he's going to find the back of the net for goal number 6. Shoemaker with his second goal of the night makes it a 6-0 lead for the Indians.
That was a great play just made by everybody. Passing right through, very fluent.
Quick touches all the way through. Gets it down to a 6-0 lead now for the Indians as Shoemaker was able to finish that one off. Clock continues to run now as we're under 17 to play, as this one has been all Oneida in this one.
Before the Ben Gilbert yellow card, there were some whispers on the sideline of Tanner Buttram asking if he could go in the midfield. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens.
Well, he started off the game as basically a defensive mid. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Here's Laxton. He's going to play a deep ball up looking for James. It's going to be deflected off, and now here's Castleberry with it. Castleberry has it dropped off to Tyler Gaines. Gaines gets a nice ball through as he was looking for Jake Benbenek. And here's Oliver Springs. Far sideline, Trey Davis trying to fight to get possession. It's taken away now. Here's Miles Laxton. He's pressured on by Dayton Cates. Here's Jones. Looks to play it up. Deflected. And that one's going to go off his ribs. And I think he may have lost his breath on that one, because he started off that play and then just sort of held up. Deflected over the touchline. It's going to be a goal kick. As now Zach Coker definitely gets the wind knocked out of him. Coming off is for Oliver Springs will be Coker. As number 3, Chase Braden came in. Also number 4, Gavril Salinga came back in. And number 8, Brant Garrett. Plethora of subs coming in for Oneida as well. Try to catch all of those that came in.
One of those was...
It looks like...
Nathaniel Sexton is one of them.
Nathaniel Sexton came in, as well as Sam Eckstein on the far side. Dunlap trying to fight off. This one's deflected. There is Nathaniel Sexton getting a touch. Drops it back down. Here's Oliver Springs near side. Moreland clears it back up. Back over to Oliver Springs. Ender Castleberry with it. Castleberry trying to go around. One defender gets past one, drops off, goes to Chase Braden. Here's Sexton. Gets it up. Laxton controls. Comes near side. Laxton makes the stop, turns. Makes another nice turn. Now he comes near side, fights through. Ball played all the way through the center. Here's James trying to get to it. It's cleared away. Here's Buttram just booting one up into some space as Levi James trying to run this one down. He does put some pressure there on Christian Schillings as now Eckstein will take it away. Can he keep it in? He does not. It'll be a throw in Oliver Springs. Far sideline, straight across from their bench. Taking the throw is going to be Cates. 6-0 Indians lead, 13.5 to play. Nathaniel Sexton still battling for it. Oliver Springs now has it come down to their feet. It's Chase Braden. Has it poked away. Braden comes back with it once again. Eckstein putting some pressure on. Here's Schillings trying to clear it away. He does. Turner comes up, stabs it away.
Bit of a half slide.
Eckstein with it, looking middle. Castleberry sees this one go just beyond the outstretched leg of Levi James.
I do think slide tackles are slowly becoming more popular. I feel like I see more now than I ever have.
Well, you say that, but I will say this. Back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, when I was around, it was a regular. You would see that on the regular.
I wasn't around to see it yet.
I know you weren't, but I was. Stuart was around. He can tell. He can vouch for me a little bit.
You know
Another free.
I've heard some soccer stories from Heath Sexton.
Heath Sexton, one of the better ones to play. Put on a Oneida jersey. Here's Alex Torres with another free kick. This one from about 45 out.
Is he looking for the brace?
Deflected by Wallace. Eckstein fires it in. It's in there. Sam Eckstein with the goal makes it 7-0.
I mean, that was a crazy good one-touch there.
It was. Ball was just trickling away after it took a.
Oh my goodness!
And now we're going to see some.
In on the offense.
We're going to see some more subs. As number 31 Noah Thompson, number 4 Eli Tucker, and number 1 Cade Chambers is going to come in. As Chambers is going to play well out of his position as he comes up to play a little bit midfield maybe.
I'm excited to see this. I can honestly say that Cade Chambers is a character.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, believe you me.
I don't know how Torres managed to keep that in. They're going to say it. I think they're saying he didn't.
It's still a throw in for the Indians. Is that one? Here's Torres. No, they're going to say a free kick. They're going to call a foul against Oliver Springs. Free kick at midfield, 11 minutes, and right at 11 minutes to play here in this one. Torres
I will say
lines it up from about 53 out.
There's been a lot of no ball contact that Oliver Springs has been making, kind of touching from behind to irritate Oneida.
Torres plays it into the box. James. Dunlap. They're going to call the foul against Dunlap. It's more of a 50-50 ball there, but you can't contact the keeper. I understand why you have to protect the keepers. I do understand that completely. Foul going to be called against Dunlap. Wallace seems to be okay.
Referee going to check on him.
Referee's going to check on him, though. I commend him for that. Seen a lot of good stuff out of the officials over the last few days. We saw that right there. I love the protecting your keepers, and then also seen some nice officiating on Friday for a softball contest between the Indians and the Tigers of Pigeon Forge, especially on a night where we weren't sure if that game was going to get in because of the amount of rain that we saw. It was unbelievable, but the games got in, and love seeing the officials being as compassionate with us as they were, trying to get the field ready to go and get those games in. So kudos to them. overall this year, officiating's been great for most of the games that we've seen for all sports. So
Always got to commend your officials. It's a very tough job.
it is. It's a thankless job much of the time. Here's James. Dribbles around 1, 2, 3 defenders. Four defenders.
4.
Brings it all the way out near side. James stays with it. Near or on the goal line. Deflected.
Tried to sneak
James
one through.
tries to sneak one through. He's going to take a little contact. Here's Laxton. He'll take the shot, and it's fired off and saved by Wallace. Nice sportsmanship there by Oliver Springs and number 13, Evan Klein, as he comes over to help Levi James up there on the near side of the box. Great sportsmanship right now out of both these teams. Here's the Indians trying to attack yet again. Laxton comes up, finds Chambers. Chambers looks back to Laxton. Laxton turns. Plays up into space. That one's no way that James is going to be able to get to that one, as Levi has yet to come off this field, and now a plethora of subs for both teams. For Oliver Springs, we have number 1, Noah Long, number 9, Trey Davis, number 19, Gabriel Knatzer, and number 30, Thomas Profit coming into the game. For the Indians, you have number 21, Colton Terry. Caden Cron re-enters, as well as looks like Evan Jeffers came back into the ball game as well.
Trevor Slavin.
Trevor Slavin. Oh, I do see Trevor up there at the top now. I apologize.
Noah Thompson?
Noah Thompson's in there as well. Noah snuck in on us earlier on in the contest, as Cron now playing defense. Here's Colton Terry. Forces the throw in. Here's Cade Chambers. Finds Levi James. Can Levi finish it off? Little contact this time.
And that's gonna be
this
a
time.
penalty.
There's going to be the foul going to be called, and this time it looks like we're going to have a penalty kick possibility here for Levi James to put it to an 8-0 lead for the Indians here. If he can convert on the PK. He converted on one earlier this year against Campbell County that gave the Indians a tie in that ball game.
Important to be good at PKs, especially when you get into the postseason, because sometimes those can be the deciding factor.
We saw that in the fall.
You know all about that.
PKs are scary. I've done 2 PKs in my whole career, and I think I cried at both of them. So
here's Levi James with the penalty kick. And it's in the back of the net. 8-0 lead.
how many goals is that for him?
Just his first.
That's just his first for the day.
Huh.
As they Macarena it up over in the corner.
Love to see that for your senior captain.
And I think Levi is asking now, okay, I got my goal, sub me out.
Maybe I'm crazy. I thought he had a goal.
And I think I know who's coming in for him. Tanner Buttram.
And here comes Tanner Buttram into the game.
Could we see Tanner score? We saw it back in my year with Wes Hurst.
Levi James, what a workhorse out there this evening for the senior. You could hear him as he came off the sidelines right there. Finally, I was able to find the back of the net. Here's Tanner Buttram.
Oh.
He's going to battle for it. Buttram and Chambers now here on the near side.
Dynamic duo.
Indians see this one cleared out off the boot of Nathaniel Sexton. It's going to be a throw in for Oliver Springs, far sideline. 5 minutes to play, just over 5 minutes to play here in this one. As here's Tanner Buttram looking to try to push one in. Tanner's going to try to run this one down near side. Cade Chambers actually going to run it down. He's going to make the turn. Tanner Buttram's going to fire one off. It's going to go wide, and it's a goal kick for the Indians. 8-0 Oneida. Well in control of this one with 4.5 to play.
Teammates on the sideline encouraging Tanner to put one in there and end this thing early.
Cleared away. Comes to the feet of Noah Thompson. He deflects it. Now here's Oliver Springs with it. Through the middle. For Oliver Springs is Jake Benbenek. He has it deflected away by Eli Tucker. Here's Evan Jeffers now with it. He dribbles across midfield. Looks up. Finds Trevor Slavin.
And
foul called.
High kick, I bet.
And they're going to call
exactly
that against.
what it was.
And they're going to call that one against the Indians. It'll be a free kick for Oliver Springs.
Good to call that out. You know, that can be a terrible way to end somebody's night. So
It could easily be.
thankfully,
Free kick going to be taken by Klein.
Klein took that one like a champ, straight to the chest. So
3:45. Eckstein heads it on.
you know what, Bo? I think we should
Chase
invest in
Braden.
that. We should add a header counter for the next game.
That may be the busiest job for anybody.
I don't think we keep up.
Clayton Posey just
Clayton
told us,
Posey chimes in for us, says no, absolutely not. Off of Chambers. Throw in for Oliver Springs. There's one thing about this. That's an illegal
Not
throw.
behind the head.
Throw goes off into some space. Here's Chambers. Deflected. We're going to see a corner.
You know, what grade
Who's
is
going
Cade?
to?
Cade saying,
Cade's
let me
a
take
sophomore, and he's going to take the corner.
I mean, let him try anything once. Who knows? Could he be looking for the connection to the senior?
Cade Chambers looks the middle of the field. This one's deflected off. The shot attempt by Trevor Slavin is going to go off and wide. Throw in for the Indians here near side. Nathaniel Sexton. Deep throw. Evan Jeffers. Headed on. Here's Tanner Buttram trying to play one in.
That one's skied.
Cade Chambers still fighting for it. Chambers still with possession. Cleared away. Off of Oliver Springs and goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Indians. Nathaniel Sexton once again with the throw.
Just under 2 minutes to go.
Here's Buttram. Buttram plays middle. Played back out. Oliver Springs has it. Jeffers trying to take it away from Oliver Springs. Battling off. Now here's Trey Davis. Nathaniel Sexton takes it back away. Jake Benbenek now with it midfield for Oliver Springs. Jeffers now applying some pressure. So is Nathaniel Sexton. Benbenek still with possession. Pressured on by Nathaniel Sexton. It's taken away.
What a
Over
tackle.
to the Indians. It's Evan Jeffers. Jeffers looking up. Finds Trevor Slavin on the outside. He's going to make the turn. Tries to play one in. It's deflected. Jeffers back out. Here is Eckstein. Finds Chambers in the middle. And they're going to call offsides on Chambers.
Hate to see it.
Under a minute to play, around 45 seconds to go. And that's going to all but seal this one unless Oneida can steal one away here quickly.
That would be
and
something.
try to find it.
You do have to cut Cade some slack. He's not used to having to be on sides.
Yeah, very true. Here's Oliver Springs and Noah Long. Colton Terry. Deflected. They're saying a white throw with 20 seconds to play. Colton Terry going to see this one trickle out of bounds. And that is the ball game. Indians victorious on senior night by a final score of 8-0 over the Bobcats of Oliver Springs. We will come back with final highlights from this one as the Indians victorious once again on senior night It's an 8-0 victory. We'll be back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Homestyle cooking with friendly service in a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. Razak's. Country cooking and great steaks.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
And back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, it is an 8-0 final here as the Indians are victorious tonight over the Bobcats of Oliver Springs. And joining me now, the first of three seniors here this evening, Captain Levi James. Levi, great to have you on. Senior year, it seems as if you have struggled to find the net at home, but now, for the second time, I know during our broadcast, you found it on the back of the net, or you found the back of the net with a PK here late in this game.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get in the back of the net the whole game, but I was also trying to, distribute it a little bit. At center mid, you got to pass the ball a lot, and I was being greedy at some times. I think that's what cost me, but I finally got one, so it's all right.
Senior year, you're a 4-year player here for the Indians. Been a big catalyst for this team. Talk about your experience here as an Indian.
Oh, it's been great. I've been behind great players my whole career. My freshman year, Gabe Hacker, and my sophomore year, Sam Bell and Luke Barna, Weston Hurst, all them boys, and then last year, of course, Mason Keaton and Wyatt. I've always been put around great players my whole entire career, and I thank God for that. Really, I thank God for this program and Coach Keaton, Coach Blevins as well.
Of course, you've still got a couple more games left to go here in the regular season before you start up district tournament play here next week. Tell me what you've got to do to be successful making a postseason run.
Oh, we just really got to get these young guys going. It's a big thing. I was really disappointed when we lose the games that we were supposed to win, because not so much that we was losing, it was more because I seen the potential that we have. I see it every game we come out here, and we wasn't playing to our full potential, but as long as we get these younger guys going and more confident, then I feel like we can go a long way.
Levi, congratulations on senior night win.
Thank you.
Next up, Tanner Buttram. Tanner, a 1-year player for the Indians. You joined this team this year as a sort of a newbie, but you've been around these guys for a whole lot of your high school career. Talk about coming in as and really, let's be honest, you've become a catalyst in this defensive part of the of this program.
Well, I came in and I think Levi got me to actually play. So I came in all football season. I wasn't expecting to play any, wasn't expecting much at all, but I've come to practice. I've just tried to work hard, put that work in, and get it done. Levi's been there the whole time. He's helped me, and I just try to get better at it. I hate not being good at something. I'm not very good at it, but it just makes me mad not being able to do something. So I just try to work hard in practice, get it done.
All right. Once again, I want to ask you the same thing that I asked Levi. What does this team have to do to be successful making a postseason run here starting next week?
We got to get aggressive. Our defense got to get more aggressive. Our offense, can't be scared of the ball. We just got to attack it. And
well, we saw a little bit of your aggression out here just a little while ago. We saw you sort of put a truck stick into one of these young men. Didn't have an idea as to where he was on the field.
He just kept putting his hands on me, and just had to do something about it. I had to let him know that he's running into a brick wall.
Tanner, congratulations once again as we look forward to the rest of the season with you guys.
Thank you.
Last but not least,
my favorite,
Mr. Alex Torres. Torres, you've been a 4-year member of this program, and we've seen you grow exponentially over the last 4 years, all the way to the point of Lucas tonight looking at a free kick from about 42, 43 yards out, and he goes, this one I've got a feeling's hitting the back of the net. And that's exactly what you did.
I'm going to be honest, I really didn't think it was going to go in. I seen him pump it up into the air, I'm pretty sure. But as soon as it hit the back end of the net, I think everybody on the team knew, because I've been trying to hit it all year.
You're trying to pull your inner Luke Barna out with that.
Yeah,
with that.
Luke would be proud.
Torres, this is you came into this year and sort of switched up positions a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you've always been up at the top, and all of a sudden you were asked to come back and sort of help anchor up a defense this year that had lost a big senior from last year.
Yeah.
How did you take that experience this year?
I took it as an opportunity to be able to help this team in ways that other people couldn't. I mean, yeah, we lost Wyatt, Yancey, and Reese Kennedy back there. That's two big people on that back line, and I think that we've done an all right job back there. Sure, I mean, we've had some slip ups, but besides that, I think we've done pretty good on the defensive end.
We've talked about the young kids having to step up a little bit heading into the postseason. We've talked about the aggression that we've got to have going into the postseason. One more thing that we've got to have to make this deep postseason run.
I'm the same with aggression. I think because we got some small guys like V, Hayden, Grant, but I think they're just a little bit antsy to go up against the bigger guys. It's not always about how big you are. I mean, if you act big and bad enough with them, they're gonna back off. Most of the bigger people, if they see a little scrawny kid come up to them and you actually hit them, they're gonna back off.
Congratulations on a senior night victory, a goal in your senior night as well, as we look forward to heading into the rest of the season.
Thank you, Bo.
We'll bring back Lucas Laxton and Jillian Cross to wrap this one up as we go to our highlights here for the game. We'll take a look at all of our goals here from this one. We'll start it off in the first half. Once again, Indians saw this one pinball around quite a bit early on, but then it was Riley Shoemaker finding the back of the net under a minute in to give us the 1-0 lead. About 2 minutes later, Indians found it to the outside, and then it was played in, and it was Miles Laxton with the header going over the top, getting the 2-0 lead 3 minutes in. About 20 minutes later or so, with just under 11 to go, this ball was played in and headed around a bit, and then pinballed once again. This time it was Miles Laxton finishing it off once again to give Oneida a 3-0 lead heading into the second. 7 minutes into the second period, we saw off the corner kick. I believe this was Alex Jones with the corner, and this fed all the way back to a one-touch opportunity from Caden Cron. Makes it a 4-0 lead. 27 minutes to play now in this one.
The one I call.
The one you called. That's exactly right. This was the free kick from Alex Torres. From about 40 yards out, he sails it in and deflects off and into the back of the net. Makes it a 5-0 lead. 17 and a half to play here as this one's taken away. And quickly, Oneida turned it around. Couple of quick touches off, plays straight through into the middle, and then it was another goal there. That one by Riley Shoemaker to make it 6-0. 12.5. It's a free kick from Torres yet again. This one is deflected off, comes down, and it's Sam Eckstein with a nice one-touch, finding the back of the net, making it 7-0 with 12.5 to play. And then the final goal. Actually, we're going to see a second one of this one because I think it was an accidental double touch by me off the stream deck here. I apologize for that. You'll see that Sam Eckstein goal yet again. And then the final goal of the game coming off the PK here momentarily from the senior Levi James with 6:35 to play in this one as Levi finds the back of the net for the 8th and final goal of this one, giving Oneida the 8-0 victory. Guys, this was a great game for Oneida overall, as now they have to bounce back quickly. Now they're on the road tomorrow against against Campbell County before coming home for that season ender against Rockwood on Friday. What do you, if you're coach right now, what are you telling your team in the locker room?
Go out, compete, and let's finish strong. Campbell County's a good team. We saw that here with you. Of course, that was a very wet game, kind of like what we had up on Friday. Wet. Just cold, too. And I think that leveled the playing field a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see how the Indians will compete, especially if they have, clear conditions like they had tonight.
Jillian, you played for Coach Blevins. What's he saying in there right now?
He's probably saying drink water as he's holding a Mountain Dew drinking it. He's probably, telling us just to get it together, get rest, get sleep, make sure we do our best, but of course the district games do our better. But I think this was a good game. This was a great senior night, and I think they'll do well for the rest of the week with the gap between the last two games.
Indians victorious once again tonight over Oliver Springs, 8-0. Thank you for everyone involved in the broadcast. Stuart Jones, of course, on the PA tonight for us and giving us senior night as well. Lucas Laxton on the camera, Jillian Cross and Lucas both on color commentary tonight. Of course, thank you to Clayton Posey back at home base and Greg Bond down at IH Sports Network for helping with everything, getting these games on the air for us tonight. Once again, this is Bo Kidd signing off. The Indians victorious over the Bobcats 8-0 on senior night here on the IH Sports Network and the Oneida Indians Network.